Hello. It has been quite some time since I have been on YouTube, but I'm back. I am going to show you guys all of the things that I've not been sharing. The chickens and the ducks are basically teenagers by now, and they are still living in my house, which is an absolute travesty. So that was not the plan. Initially, we were going to purchase just a chicken coop kit from Tractor Supply to keep them in, and that plan kind of changed. It's been a long story, but right now I'm going to check on the progress of the chicken coop that we are currently building for our chickens and our ducks. I'm really excited about this. This was supposedly going to be more of like the 5-ish year plan, but we have this wonderful little shed area. I'm going to turn you guys around so you can see it. So we have this wonderful shed that was already existing. We kept the roof line and we tore out everything underneath because it was basically rotten. Oh, good, my doors are in here. So I found these doors on Facebook Marketplace, and we needed barn doors for the opening here because obviously there's this beam right here, which will be going. But we still don't have a lot of radius sidewalk-wise, so I did not want to lose the space. So we're going to do sliding barn doors, and of course those can be very expensive, but I found these on Facebook Marketplace with the track included because they were already being utilized as barn doors for $400, which I thought was an absolute steal. So I was so excited. I sent my contractor after them today. Look how pretty these glass panes are. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So much better than I even imagined. But yes, those are going to be installed. These are bathrooms over here because eventually we are going to turn this half of the tennis court into an entertaining space. So now we will have bathrooms over here for when we're entertaining, also for when I'm working in the garden, in the greenhouse. This is my actual garden shed portion right here. So I'll have my gardening table, my potting table, all the things. I'll store all my tools in here. Have a lovely little window back here. I'm so excited about this space. This side, however, is the coop. So my little chickies and ducks will get to live here. They have 2 beautiful windows here and a 3rd right there. This will be the side that has the roosting bars as well as a brooder / storage area. I will use it as a brooder when I have baby chicks. Let's go through here. So when I have baby chicks, they will live in this little brooder area after the first 8 weeks or so in our home. And that will also help them acclimate to the flock, or help the flock acclimate to them, I suppose. So they will hang out under here. It will be a screened in area, so they will not be actually with the flock intermingling, but they will be close enough that the flock will know them and get used to them so that when they do intermingle, there should hopefully not be any issues. And then the roosting bars will be above there. The nesting boxes will be over here. They will kind of split between the windows. I'm really excited about that, with an outside access for collecting the eggs. Back here, which you can see they've already started kind of mapping everything out, will be the run. So they will have the length of this building for their run. We'll just come off this roof line, do some metal roofing, and then do the 1/2-inch hardware cloth all around. And I will have a door on this side as well as a door on the opposing side so I can enter from either side to tend to the chickens and the ducks. I'm just so excited about this, but obviously, it's taken a little bit longer than what we expected, mostly because I have taken some time in finalizing my decisions, since this is something that came about a lot faster than what I anticipated. I had not really mapped out what I wanted this to look like. So I've been doing everything from sourcing paint colors to picking doors, we have 2 separate doors for each bathroom, finding the doors from Facebook Marketplace, figuring out the back door for the chicken coop, because obviously the run doors, I want them to be hardware cloth so there's good ventilation. But the back door, actually needs to be a solid door with some type of mechanism to allow the chickens and the ducks to go in and out to the run, but still keep them safe. And obviously it just needs to essentially be a solid wood door because I need to keep the heat in for the winter. Right now it is warm. It's kind of an anomaly that I'm wearing a sweatshirt today. It is about to rain here, so it's a little bit cooler, which is wonderful. It has been so hot and miserable the last few days, and it's kind of early for it to be this hot, even in the state of Alabama, but I digress. So I've had to just go on this whole spree of what windows do I want? What doors do I want? What kind of metal do I want for the roof? I mean, it's just been one thing after another that has kind of slowed the progress of this building, unfortunately. But you know what? I sat down today, took a little bit of time, made all of those decisions, sent everything to the contractor, and I'm truly hoping that next week will be the week to finalize everything. Having them in the house right now while they're so big has been an absolute nightmare. Trying to keep them in their galvanized tub that they have been staying in. One, they're way outgrowing it. They're entirely too big for it at this point in time. They absolutely need to be out of our house, but it is truly so unsafe. I essentially let them free range all day because thankfully our youngest son is still at the house with the sitter. So I do let them free range because they are, you know, being watched over. But at night I have to put them up. It's a little challenging. The girls try to fly out all the time. It has been something. If I did not love them so much, I would be like, you have got to go immediately. But I do love them dearly, and they have been such a delight to have as a part of our family and in our home. And other news, we are also getting bees. So that is really exciting. That kind of was a God thing as well. We had decided between getting the chickens and the ducks and then them just calling us and saying that the puppy we were wanting, the dog is now pregnant and we will get a puppy in July, I believe. So they called and told us, hey, you know, it's happening. You're actually going to get this puppy this year, which we didn't necessarily expect. So we're like, oh, we'll push the bees till next year. We're getting kind of a lot. We have a lot going on with the garden, which I will show you guys in a minute. And we're like, okay, it's fine. Well, then we had somebody unexpectedly come to us and say, hey, one of my assistants has multiple beehives and she's moving. She needs to relocate some of her hives. She wants to offload some of them. Would you guys take them? How are you going to say no to that? So we have beehives coming. Hopefully, they're supposed to be delivered this week. They are delayed in transit, unfortunately, as is so many things being shipped at the moment, but they should be delivered, I hope, by next week at the latest. We will get 2 beehives over here, which will be wonderful for the garden, but has been a whole other learning experience. I went to this individual's house. I helped her with the bees last week. It's a lot of learning. There's a lot that goes into it. And I think that, I think once you get used to it, it's not nearly as daunting. But in the beginning, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to figure out. So yeah, we're doing all these things. And I'm still just trying to make sure that my garden is growing and thriving, which it is. I do have to go get some type of trellis system this weekend. I have neglected so much of the garden that actually does need to be trellised, and time has just been sneaking up on me recently. You know, you think you have loads of time and then you truly don't, but this is what our garden is currently looking like. So these actually are climbing roses. They will go on the outside of the chicken duck garden shed coop situation. But I needed somewhere to put them, and they shipped them to me and I had to get them in the ground. So they're currently residing in my raised beds. They are thriving. I'm so excited. The snap peas are doing excellent, but they absolutely have got to have a trellis sometime soon. They are growing all over each other. Same will be for the tomato plants because they're absolutely thriving right now, but they are about to get to where I need to put something, a cage or something around them. We have some cosmos coming up. Very cute. My dahlias got here. I was so excited about these. I do have this space open right here because I have another dahlia clipping coming in any day now. I'm hoping it'll get here soon, but these are absolutely doing so well. Some echinacea. Delphiniums taking a little bit more time to grow, as well as my foxgloves. I'm really hoping, and the calendula, I'm hoping everything kind of starts coming to fruition soon. Not too soon, but soon. My zinnias just started blooming. I'm really excited to see those guys coming. I have some sweet peas here, some yarrow, and then just this whole section right here is all wildflowers. Cannot wait to see what all blooms. I have no clue. I don't even remember what was in the seed packet, but we have some mint that's doing well. I actually brought this from our old house, and I do need to go back by our other house before it closes and get some of my other plants that I wanted to bring with me. I have strawberry plants that I've been growing for the last like 2 to 3 years, and they are thriving. I absolutely do not want to lose those. Carrots, the squash is doing really well. I did not do great with my radishes. I think it got too hot too fast and they went to seed. So I do need to uproot those and plant something else. My cabbage is flourishing. My spinach actually needs to be picked and cut down. So excited about these. These are banana peppers. And look how awesome that is. They're really doing so well. My lettuce has done stellar. The dill, we've got onions, cilantro. My lemon balm absolutely took off. And this is my favorite, to rub and just smell the leaves. They're so good. I have some tiny little lavender plants. My blackberry plants are growing. I need to trellis them as well. I need to come out here and spray because, of course, we do have some little creatures nibbling on my broccoli. Cauliflower, I think it got scorched. Honestly, I think it's probably a cold weather plant and I should not have. I think I started it in the greenhouse when it was cold and then did not think much past it. Kale is doing well. We have some peppermint. I need to make a sign this is time. My basil is finally starting to flourish. The chamomile as well. We have some baby strawberry plants that I started as seeds, but strawberry plants take a while to actually come to fruition, which is why I don't want to leave the other ones that I have. I have some pepperoncini plants, some jalapeno. I just put, oh, and look, we have one coming up. Oh, so fun. Some black-eyed peas. Very exciting. Also have some Cherokee wax beans that I just put into the ground, as well as some lima beans. But I do have some areas of the garden that I still need to fill in with soil and kind of get them going. But it's just been a lot. I decided to take on a lot at one time, but it is good. It keeps me busy and it has been so much fun, especially for me and for the boys to just get to experience everything together. They love it. It's so funny. You know, they always say that kids are watching what you're doing at all times, and that is the absolute truth. But my son, my oldest son, always says he has a job site and is 100% like his daddy. We do construction, so he is always constantly working in the dirt or doing something, trying to build something. But he was pretending to build my mom a house. And we have all these leftover scrap wood pieces from the shed, which has been great. So he has been using those, but it was hilarious because he went and he dug up some weeds, planted them in front of the house because he was adamant that his Mimi was going to have flowers. And he knows how important that is because he watches mommy plant flowers all the time. But I just thought that was really, really cute. Obviously, like, they are learning the value of growing things and watching them grow and just how magical it can be. But I've already gotten so many different cut flowers. I've had a great turnout for my tulips. I had some beautiful ranunculus. I actually still have a few that are blooming right now. It was a ranuncula and anemone mix. And the anemone, I got a few of those as well, and I forgot that they were included in the ranunculus because it threw me off. I completely just thought I did ranunculus. And I was like, no, that's an anemone, but it was a mixture bag. And they did produce, which was wonderful and exciting. I've been cutting flowers weekly and keeping them in our kitchen and putting them on like bedside tables. It's just been a lot of fun. So it's been nice to see that. And then now that I have all of my other stuff coming in, I'm really excited. We have family photos. We're actually going to take them here because our home right now is so very far from perfect, but I want to show the progression of the land, the property, our house, everything as it comes along each year. So my goal is to try to do at least one set of family photos every year here on this property, because it is going to change drastically over the next 5-10 years. And I want to be able to look back and see that, because it's been a lot of hard work on all of our parts. So I am really, really excited to kind of see that come to fruition, and just be able to have those memories to look back on. So it's really fun. Also, I'm trying to delve back into YouTube and long form content, because honestly, and I don't know if it's just a me thing, I've noticed, I feel like other people saying stuff like this as well, but social media in general has really just not brought me a lot of joy recently. I don't know why. I don't know if it's hard to gain traction. It's hard to stay motivated. I don't feel very connected. And I just haven't enjoyed it. So I was like, maybe long form content is better for me. And that's what I need to do right now. So here we are. I'm going to jump back into YouTube, and I also bought a film camera, and I've had so much fun with that. It's just completely different from my Canon R5, which I absolutely love. I will forever love my R5. It is an incredible camera. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Such an incredible camera, but there's something really different about having to think about the composition and having to slow down and be more in the moment when you're shooting film, because you get 37 exposures and you're like, okay, I want to make those count. Shooting film is not cheap, but I have loved every second of it. And I've been shooting a lot of the boys and just of kind of life in general and things that make me feel inspired and moments that make me feel inspired. And I cannot wait to start sharing all of that with you guys as well. It has been an absolute dream to start shooting film. I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I just have never taken the time to start. And so now I'm picking it up. But yeah, I need to show you guys the girls, but they are hiding right now because it is still kind of warm outside. You can see them up under there. Hi guys. They're hiding, trying to stay cool. Oh, we may have a visitor. Come here, you. The ducks are Poppy and Posy. I initially started with Poppy and Posy. My husband said he did not like those names. Hi, baby. But then our oldest son was devastated. We changed them to Poppy and Daisy. And that's actually how I introduced them on social media. I was like, oh, look, we just added 2 new babies to our flock, meet Poppy and Daisy. And our oldest son was like, I don't like Daisy. I don't like the name Daisy. I'm not going to call her that. So I was like, okay, I guess. I was like, what do you want to call her? He said, Posy. I liked Posy. I like Poppy and Posy. Okay, that's fine. So now we're back to Poppy and Posy for the ducks. They are so much fun. They're so messy. Oh my word. All I can say is having chickens and having ducks is the best decision. We love it. I don't regret it at all. But if you are not ready, and if you do not have a place for them to go once they need to move out of your house, just wait until you do. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's a very busy farm chore day. I've been doing all kinds of things. I have put together my first beehive. I still have to put all of the screws and everything in it and get it actually like secured down. I'm waiting on one more hive to come in, and then the bees will actually be transported over here, which is going to be super fun. I've already cleaned out the girls' bedding area, their essentially galvanized tank that they live in for the moment, because I start the bedding minimally since they're so big now. So I start it minimally over the weekend, and then I just kind of layer it up throughout the week. It's not the best plan, not the best option, but it's the one we got right now. And I'm also working a full-time job and taking care of 2 children throughout the week as well. So you know what? That's what we do. That's what we're going to do. I'm truly hoping that the coop gets finished this week. So I have so many other things that I need to do today. And then I also have to pack because I'm taking Gabe to Puerto Rico tomorrow. My husband and I are. We have jobs running in Puerto Rico, and my husband has not been able to come home for over a week, and he is immediately having to fly out to Puerto Rico, so we are going to go see him there. Our youngest does not give a rip at all. I asked him if he wanted to go, and he said no.
Can you give the drill back to me after?
Yeah, well, you can use it for right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because we got screws to screw in.
Hold on.
Hey, Mimi.
What are you doing?
Building a house for Mimi.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it will be done.
It'll be done today?
It'll be done today.
Oh, that seems like a lot, buddy. Don't overdo it, okay?
Why?
I'm just don't overdo it. You don't have to go so fast. You can take your time building.
I'll take my time building.
Okay. He has no idea that he's going to Puerto Rico at this point because I don't want him to rub it into his little brother's face. But yet again, I literally asked Shep if he wanted to go, and he said no. I was like, do you want to go with Mommy and Gabe, or do you want to stay here with your Mimi? And he said, I want to stay with Mimi. So he's at the age where we can let him do that and it doesn't bother him. So we're going to take Gabe, who it does bother that he hasn't got to see his dad in over a week. We're going to take him. It'll be good. He has really been wanting to travel recently. So this will be a good little trial run for trips because I would love to take him to New York this fall. He has been wanting to go to New York probably for the last year. He's had an interest in it. I love New York. My husband hates it. So I will try to make that into a family trip, but we'll see how that works out for me. But this will be a good little trial run trip for us to see how he does and just to see kind of, what his thoughts are on traveling. And hopefully it'll go well. It'll go smoothly. This is both mine and his first time going to Puerto Rico. Like I said, we've been running a couple job sites in Puerto Rico over the last year. So my husband has been a multitude of times even before we started having work there. So he's very familiar with the area. We're going to Hitillo, and I'm very excited, although a little bit stressed. There is a lot that goes into traveling with children. Securing a rental car with a car seat, making sure that you have all of that. We do have his passport, so that's good. We don't have to worry about that. We did that when he was like 2.5, because I forgot where we were planning on taking them. But yeah, so very exciting day ahead. The girls are outside enjoying some outside time. I think it is supposed to rain again here in a little while, so that'll be good. That'll force me to go inside and start packing, which I have not even attempted to do yet. I think it's supposed to be mid to low 80s in Puerto Rico when we go, so at least it'll be warm. I don't have to worry about any of that, but I do think it's supposed to rain, I think, most of the time. So yeah, we're just going to be knocking out as many chores as possible. And I'm watching the girls right now. They're so funny. They do not stray far from the house. They know where they live. They're not trying to get away from it. And they know who their mama is and who feeds them. So they absolutely do not want to be far from me, which is good for right now. I'm just so beyond ready. I'm rambling this morning. Sorry, I'm like running through the to-do list of things in my brain. And you ever feel like it just piles up? But another exciting thing, this poor rose bush that has been growing on the side of our porch, the previous owner planted it, is finally starting to bloom. Which the funny thing is, I truly tried to kill this thing. I was ripping out plants right and left like it was my job a few months ago, and it was driving me crazy that that area looked so overgrown. There is a camellia bush right next to it. And then this rose bush, I cut it completely down, which obviously for pruning purposes is kind of what you're supposed to do. So it came back and it is absolutely thriving. This one has bloomed. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 other blooms just ready to bust open. And yeah, it's alive and thriving. So since it has done so well, my goal is obviously to transplant it. I do not want it up against the house. It appears to be somewhat maybe of a climbing rose, just the way it's branching out. And I think she was trying, actually now I remember, we had to cut down, she had made a makeshift trellis for it to climb up the side of the porch, and we do not want that. So my goal is to transplant it and put it somewhere that it will hopefully thrive and do much better than on the side of the porch, because it does have thorns on it and the kids always end up complaining when they touch it on accident or they get caught on it. So we're trying to remove that. We're also having to remove a whole slew of holly bushes. I don't know if they were just used as really huge filler on the property because it was a large bush. But we have taken out so many holly bushes all across this property, and we still have more to go. There's a whole hedgerow of them behind the coop area that is going to have to come out, and it is massive. It is so overgrown, and the boys hate it. I got to figure some stuff out, though, because I do believe there are some wild raspberries growing in the bush, so I don't necessarily want to kill those. So, yeah, we're going to have to figure out what needs to happen for all of that in the process. But that is for another day. Absolutely not today's project. But yeah, I hope all of you are having a great Saturday. My goal is to take my little vlogging camera with me to Puerto Rico, because this is the first trip that we're taking Gabe on where he's really been, I guess, I don't know, 5, there's so much more awareness. He's traveled a million times. He's been on so many different planes throughout his life, him and Shep both. And so this is going to be the first time I think he's more aware. So we will see how that goes. In full transparency, most of the trips that he has been on, aside from one, have all been on a private plane. We had a stint in our life where we owned a plane, and I would not recommend that at all for anybody. Much cheaper to just charter it if you're going to go the private plane route, unless you're flying multiple times a week, which we were. Or I say we, my husband for the most part was. So it made sense to us. But then we had a huge dip in our travel for work, and it was sitting, and it was just so expensive. Planes are not made to sit. Things start breaking. It got very expensive. We had to replace an engine. There's just a lot of stuff. But yeah, so this is, in all actuality, his second time traveling commercially. So that's kind of what I am interested to see, because there's a lot more that goes into it. He's used to just being able to show up and walk onto a plane. And I don't say that to be, braggadocious in any way, shape, or form. That's just the reality. The last time we traveled commercially with him, he was still a lap baby. I think he was maybe 8 months old. So This is going to be a different experience. I think you'll actually enjoy it more though, because I feel like as a kid, the airport is just so mesmerizing. But it'll be fun. We'll have a good time, and I'm going to try to document all of it so you can see the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and everything in between. And I'll see you guys in Puerto Rico.